Hey, 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 we're back, we're bae, we're black, ambition, brown ambition. Oh my God, I'm just so excited. Anyway, yeah, to that. Mandy, girl.
Listen. No,
Day.
you first. No, me first. Tiffany is finally in the beehive, y'all.
I am. Well, first of all, don't blame me.
Don't play me.
I had a temporary.
Because I didn't give you a hard time about it.
I had a temporary card. I was not, although I was not a full-fledged member, I was a junior member.
She more than made up for the Beyonce slander that she hath brought upon this here podcast in this country years and years ago. I knew you'd come around.
Right. I turned in my paper card for a metal one, so you know.
Life will never be the same.
Neither will my knees, but you know, it's so.
Girl. When I got out, well, I'm going to say bed, but I didn't sleep. I sleep on the couch with my newborn. That's what I do. Safely, y'all, safely. But anyway, I got up and it was like, sounded like an old rickety porch swing is what I sounded like getting out of bed this weekend. Oh my God.
So let's dial it back. Okay, so we all know that Beyonce has a Renaissance tour. And so some months back, tickets went on sale, but it was a very crazy free-for-all of how was it like
stressful?
Yeah, so
you don't know. You didn't buy the ticket.
Girl, I did. It was like a lottery, and you had to wait in line and in queue just for the opportunity to buy the ticket. It was
a lot of work.
A lot.
And like what was so stressful about it was that if you guys tried to buy tickets, if you were on her email list and you were in the beehive, you got like priority for just getting a chance to buy tickets. But then they did like the city or different credit card pre-sales. And you got like on a wait list. And so I was waitlisted. And then I found out I was like waiting to hear if I'd gotten past the wait list through, and I was still waitlisted. And then like my little brother was still waitlisted, but my BFF, shout out to Baron the King Brown, because it was a tag team effort. He got the code, he got through the line, but he was at work. He works at the TikTok. Anyway, he was at work. He forgot his city card at home, but I have a city card. So we combined forces, and Baron came through with the code. I came through with my city card, and we got 4 tickets, not really knowing who our dates were going to be at that time. And then it's like, I sat with it because you don't want to invite the wrong person to Beyonce.
I know.
You have to find a mix of like personality,
fun,
vibe. You know what I mean?
Finances, if we're being honest.
That's what I was going to get to next. Not just finances, but are you willing to drop the price of a really nice appliance on a concert? And, you know, Tiffany's in her Sade era now. She's leaning into only things that bring her joy and experience. Anyway, I asked Tiffany pretty quickly. You were the first person I asked.
Can we share? You want to share how much we paid for tickets?
I think I did before. They were like $1,400. The thing about this is, I don't go nowhere, y'all. And I needed some, I'm not trying to, I don't have to justify my purchases, but I'm just saying, like, I'm so glad we did it because this was back in February. And the thought of I was going to go to Beyonce helped get me through my really tough third trimester. Because I was like, somewhere over this mountaintop with like crags and steam holes and volcanic ash pouring. That's what the third trimester felt like. Beyonce is across the horizon. I just have to get over this mountain. The mountain was pretty damn cute. So I got 2. I won twice. I didn't realize I was going to win twice. I got the baby and I got the Beyonce. But anyway, so that's how I mean, the price tag, yes, was high.
Yes.
But you know how they say studies show that it's not the vacation that is so, like, it doesn't impact your mental health. It's like the idea of the vacation, like the lead up to it brings more joy. And I feel like that has just been like, just my ray of sunshine.
Plus, I just felt like, to Mandy's point, and y'all know, I mean, if you listen to the podcast, you know, me and Mandy are not spendy girls, like not at all, you know? And so we're not to say we can't be, there's nothing wrong with it, but just giving you some context. If you listen to us, we are dead adverse. We're not spendy girls, you know, although we both make.
I don't like gadgets.
Yeah, we make great money, but
I don't like shoes.
Yes, but we live well under our means, and we've always been like, we're responsible money girls, if I'm being honest. And I mean, that's why we have Brown Ambition, this show that talks about money, business, and career, because we live it, like how we, you know, like when we talk about it, we actually live it. And so when Mandy told me, like, there are Beyonce tickets, there's one available for you. If you choose to accept this challenge, it will not be inexpensive. And I was like, I didn't even know how much it was. I was like, let's do it. Because I knew it wasn't going to be $30,000. you know? And I
Yeah.
was like, and I figured it was going to be over 1,000, but I was like, you know what? Tiffany, girl, like, you know, I'm not a big old spendy, but for me, I mean, although I've been going on vacations, you know, half my vacations is because I have a speaking engagement, or I use my points. But like I said, even if that was not the case, because Anjali, my financial advisor, still told me that I still underspend and that I should spend more money on myself anyway. So when Mandy said it was 1,400, I was like, that's it. I'm downtown. Okay. So, I said, bear my money. Tickets were purchased, and then I promptly, you know, like business took over. I had not even planned my outfit. I kind of had an idea, but I did not try it on until like the day before, and I was like, it ain't hitting.
The fit had to be on point
Yes.
because TikTok, all the girls, it just became like this.
Yes.
It's kind of like what happened with Barbie. It's like it became this moment.
Yes.
Like, you know, we don't get prom. You don't get prom in your 30s and 40s.
No.
You know what I mean? Like weddings have kind of died down at that point. So what do we have to live for? No, I'm kidding. But like the big moments, you know what I mean? It felt like we were all going to the Beyonce prom together, and we had.
And I'm not gonna lie, I
was
did not give it enough.
Renaissance.
I was like, so literally like the morning of, like I tried on my outfit again, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. Not for this moment. And so we had the $1,400 got us in section 100, which is the section right above floor. And we were
they were great seats.
Great seat. It was 4
Yeah.
rows in, right above floor. So it was like really great seats, great view. It was excellent. So I ended up running to Macy's that morning, and I bought some really cute sparkly sneakers from Ink. I think Ink is like a Macy's
You got
brand.
those just that morning?
Girl, I was stressed.
That's so funny.
Because I already had
I was
these
at
little...
DSW at like 3 p.m., but I'll tell you why after this.
I woke
Yeah,
up
go
at
ahead.
10. I was like, go. So I bought these sparkly sneakers that were like really cute, black sparkly sneakers. I was like, okay, I have these really cute short black shorts, these leather shorts. Even though it was hot, I was like, whatever, leather shorts it's always a vibe. I could not find a top. And I was like, what did I used to do when 19-year-old, 17-year-old Tiffany was going to the club in college? I was like, you know who's going to have something for me? Rainbow. And she did. I got a sparkly green. You know when those handkerchief tops?
Wait, was it green?
No, sparkly. I'm sorry, sparkly black. It wasn't. It was black.
Okay, what to say?
But remember, like those handkerchief tops where it's like literally like a handkerchief, and it's like a string that ties around your neck and a string around the back, no back. So back
It's a halter. It's like a 2002.
Yes.
Like Cameron Diaz and
Yes.
Charlie's Angels, like halter top.
Yes.
It was, I loved it. You were slaying. In
I
that
definitely
top.
was like, hey, hopefully no boob slippage, but it didn't happen. And then Mandy, I was like, yes, because everybody, I guess we all got the memo, stomachs out. And so
Well,
Mandy
I just got pregnant, and I just don't care. I just wear crop tops all the time. I freaking love a crop top. My pooch is going to be a poochin' no matter what I wear, and I choose to let the pooch free.
She looked so beautiful.
do.
She was wearing like jean
Liberated
on jean.
pooch.
It was giving like
Denim on denim.
Britney Spears, jean on jean. Like
Oh, the Britney, not Britney and Justin from the VMAs.
so we both were like, so, you know, Mandy drove with her neighbor.
I did.
And I took
was
the train because it was like a 20-minute train from Newark to Secaucus and Secaucus to the Meadowlands.
You already live in Jersey. You were halfway there.
Yeah, so it
Lucky
was so
duck.
much easier. And then Barron actually took an Uber. So it was funny because we all took like 3 different. Well, sidebar, Barron brought his mom who stunted on all of us hoes. When
We're
I say
talking about
stunted,
our fits. I was not prepared for Mrs. Brown.
yes, if you're
Okay.
nasty. Okay.
I've been friends with Barron since like the first day of college, so a long time. Don't do the math, okay? Long time. And his mom has always looked like that. She's always been just like stunning, and it's always like, wait, are you Barron's mom or his sister, or girlfriend, whatever?
I mean, beautiful.
Whoa! But not only does she bring the fit, she made her own Beyonce
Crown.
a la Solange headpiece crown. From like put it together herself, had these like incredible platform boots, like a silver bodysuit.
Yes.
And you guys gotta all the pictures, all the footage you can find on my IG if you want the original. Because Tiff and Barron just like to repost.
I was like, we
my
share. I
content.
don't know how to make no damn reels. I'm old. And so,
I know,
but
it's
she
okay.
looked amazing. And so we met up. And so I didn't realize it, but when you're in like when you're in the 100 section, there's like a specific lounge for that section. So it was nice because it wasn't super overwhelming. Like I was like, oh, if you wanted to get a drink or food or whatever, the lines weren't super crazy. And I was like, okay.
Bathrooms clean?
Yes, it was.
I didn't know what to expect.
I mean, it was literally as soon as I got off the train, I was able to walk right in, easy peasy. Now, I had told Mandy ahead of time, don't get too excited, but there is a potential for a once in a lifetime experience. Because I have a hookup. I'm just going to keep it light. So I know she's like, don't you say
She
nothing.
gave me an impossible challenge. She said, don't get excited, and then listen what she said. I'm like, I literally said, why did you call me and tell me this and tell me I couldn't be excited?
I said, there is a possibility that through a friend and a hookup that we might be able to have admittance for free to Club Renaissance, which if you're not aware, Club Renaissance is literally the floor. So it's like the stage and you. That's it. The only thing separating you from the stage is a security guy in a yellow t-shirt. That's it. Like you can literally throw your bottle and bake with a pop Beyonce in the head. That's how close.
Don't you dare put that thought into the universe. But if someone did, I would have been Cardi B in that moment.
So, but that's how close. So,
y'all.
Club Renaissance is like, oh, hey, is that sweat? Oh, I feel her wind machine because it's on me too. Club Renaissance is as close as you can get. Also, although there were tickets where people were literally on the side stage. So,
I saw
that was the closest. But Club Renaissance was literally like, oh, I could see your stockings. It's close. And so I was like, but there's no guarantee. So when he got there, Mandy was like, where are we with it? And I was like, well, I messaged, said hookup. I haven't heard back. And this was just like such
You're
a
making
good.
It sound like a hookup, like a sneaky link.
No.
Can we be the plug?
I can't, the plug.
The Beyonce plug.
Yes, Beyonce plug. I can't be too specific because I was like, And so I was like.
But that's about drugs, so I don't know. Anyway, stick to your metaphor.
So I messaged the plug. The plug did not write back. And so old Tiffany would have been like, well, the plug is busy. I'm not trying to bother the plug. We'll just sit in our amazing seats, but new Tiffany was like, Tiffany, don't do that. And Mandy was like,
we had to hype her up, y'all.
Yes.
She was like, should I call?
I was like,
we were standing outside of our seats.
Yes.
I'm like,
Mandy was like, the plug.
If there was ever a time to raise your hand and say, what about me? I'd like samosa.
I know. And
please.
And the thing is, the plug offered, this was not something that I tapped the plug on the shoulder. This is not, the plug was like, girl, want to do this for you. Just let me know, And I was like, you're right. I'm going to put on my big girl panties. And I called the plug and the plug picked up. And we were all like, and of course, the line went dead. Boo, 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 because it was bad service. I was like, no! So I ran
the
up
stress.
to the studio. Well, not the studio, but the open air, because MetLife is an open air stadium. Called the plug again. She picked up. And I was like, my friends and I are currently here. And so she was like, I will come get you. I was like, oh my God. And so I was like, here, I had already given her our sections and our seat numbers, but I gave it again. And so I was like, we have to go to our seats. The plug is coming. We were all like, is this really happening? Is this really happening?
She wasn't coming. She was going to send a minion.
Well, at first she said she was going to come. And then I was like, and then she was like, I'm not able to. I'm going to send, I don't want to call her a minion, just a nice young lady who's going to be all in black with a headset. She was like, take a picture of you and your friends so my person can know exactly who to look for. So he took a picture smiling like, do it. Send it to her. And then within 10 minutes, a nice young woman walked over, all black, with her walkie-talkie and headset. It was like, let's go. Oh my God. The way we looked at each other like, is this really happening?
I was like, if you don't got your walking, get ready. Our butts had barely warmed the seats we were sitting in. And I was like, don't get comfortable. Don't even tell the universe you want to sit. The seats were great.
Yeah, they were.
I still feel like we would have had an amazing time.
Absolutely.
But also,
so we followed behind
felt better than getting, but the looks on people.
I know, because it was very clear that like, oh, where are they going with the walkie-talkie lady?
I'm never that person.
Yes. Right? It was very clear, like, walkie-talkie lady walked us up the stairs, to the side, down the stairs, down the stairs, to the floor. Walkie-talkie lady was like, hey, they're with me. Here's my badge. No problem. Usher you in. Walkie-talkie lady walks us across the floor to the entrance of Club Renaissance and says, they're with me. And before Mandy was pre-celebrating.
Listen, I figured you were going to tell me. I have this video of you giving me what I can only say is like the face you probably used with your preschoolers in daycare.
Oh my God.
When, I don't know, they were like trying to do a backflip on a table. Like, if you don't get
because Mandy was mostly because it was water. We did not want her to fall. We're like, Mandy, we need you. because it was like wet because it rained earlier. And so I was like, we don't celebrate until we're inside the club.
Yeah.
And then we got inside.
I thought we were there. We got to the floor and I was like, this is it. Ah! And Ashley and Tiffany both turned around like, shh, we don't want you. This is not sanctioned. Like, shut up, be quiet. And I was like, okay.
So we get inside and she says, have fun. And then that's when me and Mandy looked at each other and literally just jumped up and down like a pair of 2-year-olds screaming. Like, we did it!
It didn't feel real.
It didn't.
It still felt like someone was going to yank us. And I mean, one guy did try. He did try. He did come for us. I wish I had gotten his name. His name was probably like Earl or something.
It was an older black dude who took his job very seriously.
Come on, Earl.
And so Mandy and I was like, let's take a turn around Club Renaissance since we in here or whatever. So we walked around and Earl noticed that we didn't have bracelets on. He was like, excuse me, where are your bracelets?
We
were like,
I ate it.
We were walked in. And so I could tell Earl was trying to decide if he was going to cause trouble. And Earl was like, you know what? I'm going to let you rock, but be careful because people might ask, which nobody did, only Earl. And so we were like, okay. And so we went over, like we walked away from Earl's entrance because there was like 2 sides. And me and Mandy looked and Earl was behind us again, like a damn ghost. We were like, ah! Earl was like, I just wanted to warn you again to be careful.
I could just picture the janitor from Abbott Elementary, but like shorter and meaner.
And then we were like, okay, Earl, gosh darn it, we get it.
Like, Earl, go get a hobby, man.
And then, so then we were just like soaking it in. Like, we're here. We're really here.
She hadn't been, it was before the show started.
Perfect
It wasn't
timing.
that crowded.
Nope.
I would only stand that long for Beyonce. Because I have said, I think on this show, there's record of me saying I don't go to concerts where I have to stand up anymore. But oh my God, like because like in the stands, even though you're like, you obviously you're standing or whatever, but like you still have to respect people's space and all that. We had space to move.
Dance.
I had space to do the whole cuffing routine.
Yes.
Like it was
amazing.
And when the lights went down, and when that beautiful screen, I mean, it just became like a fever dream. I kept looking around at Barron like, just 2 little kids from Athens, Georgia, University of Georgia, just like, look at us now.
Oh my gosh.
And Tiffany was a whole vibe.
Yes, we just had such a good time dancing. I mean, of course, Beyonce, I mean, she started off with slow music, so we were just singing our little hearts out. Yeah. And just like, and so now here's the thing about Club Renaissance. It's a circle. And so first you're not sure, like, it's a circle with a line down the middle. And you're like, is she going to walk the circle? Come down? No, maybe no. Because really, first, I want to say 1/3 of the show, she's at the top of the stage so you can see her, but she's not like close enough to be like, touch my hand. So I was like, no, maybe she's going to stay there. And then she started to walk down. And I was like, Mandy, she's coming.
It was cozy.
Yes.
It was cozy, which is not only, no, it was Break My Soul.
Yes, you won't break my soul. Yes, she was wearing all pink.
Yes.
And she walked down, and I was like, literally, I could see the whites of her eyes.
I'm going to close my eyes.
And then she came to our section of the circle where she was so close. I almost given her a high five.
She was.
I was like, what is happening? Is this real life? How are we here? Oh my gosh. It was amazing. I mean, me and Mandy danced our lives away. Sang.
My soul left my body.
Took
cried.
video pictures. And then all of a sudden Mandy was like, oh, to the left, that's just Katie Holmes. I was like, say what?
So random.
Yes. And with her daughter,
awesome.
her daughter Suri, Tom Cruise's child with her. I was like, oh, hey y'all, I'm busy looking at Beyonce. So, and
they were too.
Yes. And then there was another woman. You remember Pat McGrath? I told you, like the most famous Black makeup artist in the world. She was there getting her
was she?
She was like, she looked at me. She was like, can you believe this? I said, no. She was like, girl, I don't care about nothing but nothing. All I care about right now is she was such a fan. Her face was like, she literally looked at me, was like, isn't this incredible? And we both looked.
You probably tried to tell me and I couldn't hear a damn thing.
It was just amazing. I mean.
Cara Delevingne I saw.
Yes, Cara Delevingne. Mm-hmm.
And then some other people. Like, I don't know. I was too busy looking at Beyonce. Yes. There was no celebrity there except for Beyonce.
Yes.
Like, that is how incredible it was.
Yes. I will say that no one bothered the quote unquote celebrities in there. I'm sure there were more because everyone was like, that's cool. But do you see Beyonce's on stage? Yeah. Focus.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, shout out to Katie and her daughter. They could have been passing out, like hors d'oeuvres. I would not have known. Like, I'm just like, Beyonce's here. Oh man. Yeah. The way that my hips and my feet are so mad at me, but it's such a good kind of pain.
Yes.
We didn't even want to leave the
We
the
stayed.
arena,
We were like the last people in Club Renaissance.
just were there twirling around on the trashy floor, taking pictures. I was trying to get the guy to, he was blowing away the confetti. And I was like, just blow some at me. He's like, girl, if you don't get out of my way, you psycho.
But it was it was, and I have like a bucket list of like things I want to experience at a concert. One of them was like, I want to be backstage. And I did that at Essence Fest, which is pretty awesome. And I also said, I want to be front row. And so my sisters
Who were
and
you
I,
backstage for at Essence Fest?
well, it was like Essence Fest, they have just a series of like, artists. I can't remember who at the time was performing, but like,
So
when
just anyone you wanted to be.
yeah, just wanted to be back because I never saw like what is backstage like. It's really cool. Like I was like, oh, okay. Like literally you walk all the way to the front. If there's like a bar back there, there's seating. It's just a very cool, loungy vibe. And so if you're a speaker at Essence, to be all the way clear, Essence don't pay. Okay. They don't really pay their speakers. Maybe they pay like this, the celebrity singers. But one of the ways they pay, girl, they will say, here you go. Here's your one pass to go backstage. I'm like, I can be bought. Yes. And so I did that at Essence a couple
Beyonce's
times.
backstage. There'd be like a 40-foot glitter horse. There would be, what was that car? She was on like some kind of full automobile. I sound so old. It was an automobile. It was a cool car. I don't even know what would have been back there.
And so I did, so I did backstage, and I also said I wanted to be front row when I went with my sisters last year to the Usher residency in Vegas. And front row tickets weren't so crazy. Honestly, they were less than Beyonce tickets. I want to say they were like $800 or $900. And so I was able to like splurge and get front row tickets then, and it was amazing. I'm talking about Usher literally held my hand. That's how front row. And so, yes, because the residency, because the theater is not that big. So if you are going to do front row and you like an artist that's performing a residency in Vegas, consider that, because it was like under $1,000, which is not a little bit of money, but not quite. I'm sure Beyonce's front row probably was like 10,000 or something crazy,
Yeah.
And
you still had like, again, like the space and the guards in your way, which doesn't really
oddly,
happen
like
in
with
Vegas
Usher,
shows.
it was literally like, here's your seat. Like I could have put my feet up on the stage. Like he really was holding our hands, singing to us. I was like, wait, I have Usher here. Yes, it was amazing. And so I always said I always wanted to do kind of quote unquote like the pit, where you stand and you're this close to the stage. But it's not easy because you don't want to do that for like a 10-hour concert. Like, Beyonce doesn't have any beginning, middle. It's
opening
Beyonce.
acts. Yeah.
So, and we were made very clear by the plug that like, get your pee out. And y'all know I got the bladder of a...
Tiff was so stressed about this.
I was stressed.
There will be no leaving to use the bathroom vibe.
So I stopped drinking water because I don't drink alcohol. I stopped drinking at 2 hours ahead, like a kid, like a little baby. And I made sure I peed like 17 times. I was like, and then. But I was really proud of my bladder. I actually thanked her. I was like, girl, you did so good. You did so good.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, there's nothing worse than like enjoying yourself. And then your bladder was like, girl, but we have to go. I'm like, well, we're not going. So she didn't give me no trouble. I was so proud of myself. It was amazing. But you know what? One part I really loved, Mandy, is at the end when Beyonce did this thing. Because, we've been talking about being present and like what enough looks like. She said, I want you to take a moment. And like in this moment, like maybe just feel feel gratefulness. And like, she's like, I hope you felt seen tonight. I hope you felt loved. Look to the left and the right. Remember who you came with. Remember what you wore. And just soak in this moment. And it was like I was like, Beyonce definitely goes to therapy, child. Because it was such a grounding, centering moment. And I did that. I looked at Mandy and I was like, I'm so grateful to be here with Mandy. I looked at Barron and his mom and I thought, what an amazing thing. I was like, my outfit was slaying. So I did that. And I just like, I get to hold those memories with me. Like this was an amazing experience. And I got to experience it with really awesome people. So
this is why we can't say it. Like experiences over things.
Yes.
Always I'll take it. Yeah. Dancing with you like that, just being free. And I did feel seen and I tell you, like I've been on this journey my whole life, like so many of us are, to like love yourself, love your body. And something clicked for me this past year, and I just started to embrace my body the way that it is. I'm not trying to be any other version of myself, the size I am, the way I look, what I look like in clothes, all of that. It just feels good. I just feel really good in my own skin now. And looking up on that stage, and I think it's just happening for me at a moment when we're finally accepting other people for how they look. And she had, oh my God, this gorgeous dancer, like full body, thick, them thighs were jiggling and wiggling, and she was just going off. I watched videos of her. I took videos of her just to like, I'm like, this is amazing. Not only that, but the trombone player was like
pregnant,
not insignificantly pregnant. Yeah, clearly pregnant. I did feel seen, and she did this whole epic, because Renaissance is all really homage to the gay community, to house music, to the club scene, all of that. And she really, like, you could see that come through, because there was one of my favorite parts of the concert. It's hard to say because Beyonce wasn't on stage, but when her dancers came out and they did their, what do you call it?
Voguing.
From like voguing, yes. And do the splits, and like they were all hyping each other up.
Yes, it was beautiful representation of like creative expression from this liberté
self-love.
Yes.
Self-love, and at a time when it's really not safe to be that way in this, unfortunately, at least in this little bubble of the MetLife Stadium.
Yes.
Beyonce just let everyone wave their freak flag. She's like, put on the sparkly boots.
Yes.
Put on the assless chaps.
Yes.
Bring your mama and tell her to put the crown on her head, and let's all come together and feel joy and love. And we can go back to the stress and the chaos and the BS later. But right now, for this night, let's just love and be so happy. And that's what we were.
And I have to say, like, on the leave out, first of all, you could tell a lot about an artist by their fans. So leaving, there was no jostling, there was no pushing, there was no anger. It was like, oh, excuse me, oh, my bad, oh, you slay, girl. It was just so, and there was, literally thousands of thousands of people leaving at the same time. Even the people like the security guards, a lot of times you leave a concert and they're basically yelling at you to get out. That we did not get that at all. It was like, well, where are you going, baby? Just, go left. No, come on this way. It was just kindness across the board. Getting on the train, imagine thousands of people like trying to get on trains as they come and go. And everybody was like, no, you go. No, you sit. And I thought to myself, these are your fans? The level of patience and kindness. And it really was like such a testament to the energy that she brought, that, everybody was just so kind. People were thanking the security guards and things. Thank you so much for keeping us safe. Thank you and the security guards and things were like, thank you. It just was get home safely. It was an amazing, amazing experience, but not just obviously she was amazing, but just a holistic experience of like, wow, oh girl, we forgot a major part. Blue Ivy. Girl.
I just remembered it too.
Yeah.
Oh, baby Blue.
Girl.
But finish what are we ready to talk about?
No, girl. I was like, yeah, the people are nice. Anyway, Blue Ivy.
First of all, I'm like a proud mama, because if you have been following Blue Ivy's journey, because she started off in Paris, but she did her first, I don't know, she debuted in Paris. And like, I love that. I don't know. I just love to see that she has improved.
Yes.
Like and it's hard. I was never even going to criticize her dance moves, because she's all of 11 years old and her mother is Beyonce, and she's on tour in this massive stadiums. Like, I would go out there and pee my pants every night if that was me, but she danced anyway, but she has gotten so much better. And I'm like, Beyonce's letting her make her mistakes and improve. And God, she was so the poise.
Because it's like,
swag.
I'm Beyonce, first of all, and I love that, because a lot of parents would be like, until you're perfect, you can't show yourself. It's like, no. That, because one, the assumption is, this is what I'm assuming, she had to come to practice. You don't just get to get up on stage. Two, it's like, you have to get fitted. Meaning, like, she allowed her to see the process of what it looks like to have this level of success. And then three, in front of all these people perform. Like, that's, I could not do that now at 43, let alone 11. So I just like, if you can't take your daughter to work, what can you do? Okay.
And Blue, and it was just the energy between them, and just seeing, I know Beyonce's an artist and an entertainer, but I don't think that she's putting on a show when she looks at Blue the way she does. Of course,
that's her daughter. That's how it was giving. Look at my baby dancing. Go
Rio
baby,
just pooped and wiped his own butt the other day, and I had the same look on my face. Like, that's how it is. But Blue was so epic, and their vibe together and her dance moves. She commanded the stage.
Yeah, she commanded that strut down. Now I said, oh, if that is the Beyonce strut, her strut down the stage, I said, girl, if you don't strut, teach me how to walk. Okay.
And I feel like the dancers were like, I felt their energy like, we're going to take care of Blue.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It was
so
just,
good.
Again, like we cannot reiterate enough that like this to me was money so well spent. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay your mortgage, you shouldn't pay your car note, you should no. You shouldn't be refinancing. You know, even though Mandy put it on her card, it wasn't that we didn't have the money up front. It was just, that was the way to pay for, that was one of the ways to cut the line.
To get the tickets in advance. Yes, exactly.
So, but that is not something, first of all, one, we could have purchased tickets that were way less expensive, if it wasn't something we could afford. This is something that like, okay, that we have positioned ourselves in a way that when something like this comes up, it's like I can look at my budget and say, I have more than enough space because I live well below my means and I have more than enough space. And I'm really proud of new Tiffany because old Tiffany would have said, even if I had, like hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting and checking, I'd be like, no, it's too much, but too much for whom? You know what I mean? Like I remember distinctly when I realized I had a problem, Andy. I don't know if you remember, but remember during the pandemic, you wanted to buy yourself a Peloton?
Yeah.
And you weren't really
dusty,
sure
yes.
if you should get yourself a Peloton. And I was like, Mandy, you work really hard. You make good money. You make good financial choices. You should get a Peloton. And then you were like, what about me? I was like, oh, no. And then it clicked. I was like, wait, why is it that it's okay for Mandy to get a Peloton? And the same things you told to Mandy are also true for you. But I did not think I deserved one. And I went to therapy that week and I told her, I was like, I was giving Mandy like this speech about getting a Peloton because she does deserve, and it's not going to be a financial burden, but I don't feel that way for myself. What's going on? And so we had to really work through a feeling of deservedness. I did not feel deserving to spend the money that I'd made, And so I'm so happy for the Tiffany I am now, where I was almost afraid, well, if I start to purchase things that I feel like I'm worthy of, am I going to overspend? And Dr. Green was like, girl, of all the things to worry about, you are not going to be nobody's overspender. And so she was like, that's not your issue. The issue for you is, how you feel about yourself. And so since then, I have spent money in a way that's in closer alignment with how I want to see myself and how I want to feel about myself. So I'm not quite fully there yet. I still sometimes feel guilty about spending, but I'm so glad that I did this because it was amazing to have this experience with you, Mandy, but also too, to remind myself that like, if it's not causing financial harm and, it's something that you really want to do, then do it, because this experience is one that I'll never forget. And it's so worth the money. This experience for me because of where I am financially, but also too, where I am emotionally as well. So, yeah.
Just think about what is your version of great seats at the Beyonce show, and there's this moment when in my masterclass, my negotiating masterclass, where I had these slides, because for us, it's about like when we encourage people to want more from themselves financially and to make space for themselves to, make more money and reach for higher, titles at work so you can get paid more and negotiate more and all these things that especially I encourage women to do. Oftentimes it feels uncomfortable because it's like, well, we're just grabbing for money. Capitalism is evil. Like, why am I just wanting more? And so I had this series of slides that I show, and I'm like, don't think about the money and grabbing more of that. Think about what you can do with it and what it means for you, what doors it's going to open. And so I had these pictures of like my brother and we spent so much money to go see the Harry Potter play in London when it first premiered. And I'll never forget that weekend with my little brother. I didn't even know what life was going to bring, but I sure as hell can't just spend 5 days with my baby brother in London right now, and my, paying for my wedding and, starting my own business and taking my mom to see Celine Dion in Vegas, because that was our queen in the 90s. Anyway, best believe if you come to my webinar in September, there will be that picture of me looking hella crazy from the Beyonce concert, because that's the why. So like, what is your why? And I think if we just focus on what that looks like for us, what we want to bring us joy, and look at money as a tool to get us there, then it stops feeling like I'm just doing this to be doing it, and it feels yucky. And so just define that for yourselves. And maybe for me and Tiff, it was Beyonce. Maybe for you, I don't know. You fill in the blank and have fun doing it. And then that'll make your money goals, I feel like, seem so much less work and more about, just getting that opportunity.
I love this for us.
I love it too. I love you, Tiff.
Oh, I love
I'm just
you
glad
too,
we had a
Benji.
happy experience together too. You know,
Yes.
just like there's been a lot of shit. I mean, obviously,
Yes.
in the past couple of years, several BA fans responded to say that they're like, I love this for y'all. Love
Aw.
to see Tiff, especially Tiffany. Love to see her smiling and having a moment.
Mhm.
And going anywhere with Tiffany in Jersey already feels like you're kind of like hanging out with the mayor, especially close to Newark.
Yo, first of
But
all, there was a woman in the Love Renaissance who was like, "Girl, I just want to say I got your book and I got it from my niece." I was like, "Sis, I love it, but I'm trying to give my life to Beyonce right now. I don't want to be a bunch of these things."
yes, Tiff was getting recognized. There were people, they were like, the Budgetista is here. Don't pay. Don't pay. The same way we were like, is that Surrey Cruise? Or like,
Not Surrey Cruise and me, but it
why
was
did I
like
bring my
it
book?
just,
Damn it.
but it was just awesome. But yeah, so I actually am going to be off for the whole month of August because this is what me and Mandy do. You know, take time for ourselves. So
Speaking of leaning into joy. and
yes, I'm going to
space
be
and rest.
spending like 2 weeks with my bonus baby. We are going to Europe. We're going to. I asked her where she wanted to go. I said, you know, no more shenanigans with like the jerseys and she doesn't wear jerseys, but Jordans and whatever else these kids be buying. So she said she wanted to go to London and Paris, and I said, okay. I've been before. In Paris, I like London. Yeah, it's okay. But she wanted to go, so I said, okay. And then I tagged on the Amalfi Coast. I've always wanted to go. I've been to Italy, but never this part of Italy before. So I'm excited. And so we'll be there for 10 days in the back half of August. Front half, I'm just going to be preparing basically and chilling. But yeah, I'm leaning into life, child. And so what I love though about that, and I'll share like as I get back, is that trip that we're taking, 100% points, Mandy. I'm talking about the flight, the hotel, even the excursions, because we're using like, and I'll share when I get back which cars and how it worked. But like literally the only thing that I'm coming out of pocket is like day-to-day food that we're going to eat, but every aspect of the trip.
What?
100%
Wow.
point. A friend of mine books trips and she helped me to navigate. And so I just learned so much about how to make the most out of your points, but like, I'm super excited because it's like,
Ooh,
yeah.
that could be a whole show. Let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
literally. When I say 100% points, I mean everything. We're flying business class, which, baby girl is going to be so geeked.
She's gonna get a little pod.
I know. So, it's going to be so, but like I said, that's not coming out of pocket. All of our hotels, we're staying in 3 different hotels. That's not coming out of pocket. And all of our excursions, like we're booking with a specific card because I have points there too. That's not coming out of pocket. So, yeah, I'm excited to kind of come back and be like, this worked, this didn't work. But, I don't anticipate
Talk about
spending more
reaping
than
what
maybe
you
like
sow.
$1,000 in food, maybe. I don't even know. Like, I'm not, but like,
Jesus.
yeah, can you imagine the 10 days in
That's
Europe
amazing.
and like let's say under $2,000, if we want to
Yeah.
get fancy with like souvenirs and stuff. So
I mean, you're on brand for Tiffany the Budgetista, I will say that. Talk about using credit responsibly, taking advantage of them points. Yeah, I can't wait. I haven't done a trip like that all by points since like my wedding. I paid for with a lot of points. My honeymoon, not my wedding. But I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so excited for y'all. And we'll see you in September.
Yes.
School's back in session in
Yes.
September. I'll be holding it down in the meantime. But thanks for listening to us recap our Beyonce experience, and whatever that is for you, go find it.
yes.
Because I will be floating for life. Like all I have to do is go back and look at these pictures. I'll look at pictures of, giving birth to my babies and my wedding and this Beyonce concert. And I don't know.
I love that.
There's not much else, right?
All right. Until next week, y'all. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, BA fan. We're on YouTube. Woohoo. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And while you're at it, why don't you go over to that little bell icon and just tap that for us. Show the BA fam how much you love us. And that way you'll also get notifications when new videos drop. Also, share the channel with a friend. We're always like, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And thank y'all so much again for all the support.